Today I'll be discussing some unanswered questions in the Chris Watts case, questions I've personally researched for years. There are so many holes, contradictions, and strange details that were never fully explored by police. So today, we are diving deep into the timeline, the relationships, the behavior, and the evidence, to look at the parts of this case that still don't make sense. One of the biggest inconsistencies is how quickly the relationship between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger escalated. Public interviews say they met in June of 2018, and yet within 2 to 3 months they were already talking about having a baby boy together. If their relationship had only existed for a few weeks, why were they already discussing children and a future life? It raises the question, was this relationship going on longer than either of them admitted? Another strange detail comes from Chris's own mother. She said Chris rang her in a panic saying, "Mum, they are searching the house," and her reply was simply, "That's fine." The tone almost sounds like she was trying to calm him down, as if he was looking to her for reassurance or advice. Many people believe the family's calm reaction suggests they sensed something was happening behind the scenes long before the public knew. Then there's the issue of what Nichol knew, and when she knew it. Publicly, there's no confirmed timeline showing exactly when NK learned the children were dead. But there are several unanswered questions. Why were no text messages retrieved between her and Chris in the days before the murders? Why did NK call the North Glen Police Department on August 7th, making short unexplained calls? This was the same day the Watts family returned home from North Carolina. Why was she calling the police before the murders? What was going on behind the scenes? Another line that raises suspicion is something Chris said after he was arrested, that this was his last chance to get out of this thing. Why does he make it sound like he was trapped, or forced into something involving NK? It does not sound like a man willingly and independently planning to kill his family. There are also unanswered questions about whether Nichol ever appeared in the courtroom. Some images circulate online, but nothing has ever been officially confirmed. Financially, the situation also doesn't add up. Chris and Shannon earned over $140,000 a year combined, yet they were 3 months behind on their mortgage while still going on trips, eating out, and living expensively. Why was their financial situation spiraling while their income appeared stable? Then there's the mysterious female figure seen on surveillance footage outside Chris's house, carrying a handbag with a ponytail. What time was this? Was it the night before the murders? Why was this never clarified publicly? Another major question people ask is, why didn't Chris hire a lawyer? Why did he agree to take a polygraph test he was guaranteed to fail? And why didn't his parents intervene? Chris appears extremely passive, eager to please, and easily led. Was he coerced? Was he overwhelmed? Or simply naive? The thrive patches he was wearing also raise questions. What were the ingredients? And were there any side effects? Chris was reportedly wearing 2 patches when the company only recommended wearing 1. NK described him as barely sleeping, losing around 15 pounds, and at times falling asleep mid-sentence, saying, "It was like he was on speed." She also claimed the weight loss started before she met him. Could the thrive patches have altered his behavior or his mental state? Then we have the controversial cousin audio recording from someone claiming to be a relative of NK. Many listeners say the voice sounds exactly like Nichol herself. This caller mentioned details like Chris and NK being swingers, someone being pregnant, an author owing the Kessinger family money, and the chilling line, "If the plan would have worked, he would have killed her too," referring to NK. How would this caller know anything about a pregnancy unless there was more going on? NK's own timeline also has inconsistencies. She said they met in early June and that she didn't know Shannon's name for a while. She also said she had only worked at Anadarko for 4 months. But records show she was Googling Shannon a year earlier. How was she researching this family before she even met Chris? NK also visited Chris's home for the first time on July 4th, only about 4 weeks after meeting him, and again by July 14th. The relationship escalated unusually fast. Now let's look at the morning timeline. At 1:48 a.m., Shannon arrives home on the Ring camera. Chris claims he woke up at 4 a.m. and woke Shannon up. But she had been home for less than 2 hours. By 5:17 a.m., he is already making multiple trips loading his truck. By 5:45 a.m., he leaves for work. When did he have time to commit the murders, clean the house, stage the scene, and load everything into the truck? If he was truly asleep until 4 a.m., was he actually awake between 2 a.m. and 5:45 a.m.? When you look at the relationship timeline, it becomes even stranger. From June to August, roughly 60 days, Chris went from meeting NK to murdering his entire family. Is it believable that a man with no history of violence escalated to annihilating his family within 2 months? Or was something else influencing him? Another question that was oddly never addressed in interviews is whether NK ever gave her personal opinion on Chris killing the kids and Shannon. She talks about their relationship and provides background information, but she never discusses the night the murders took place or what she believes actually happened. Why didn't the police press her on that? Lastly, during Chris's confession, his father appears to be scrolling on his phone or texting while Chris is admitting to the murders. What was he doing at such a crucial moment? Who was he messaging? And why has this never been clarified? These are just some of the unanswered questions surrounding the Watts case. It's a tragedy filled with inconsistencies, missing information, and unexplored leads. The deeper you look, the stranger it gets. If you want a part 2 where I investigate each of these questions further, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again for the next deep dive on the Midnight Cult.